right at just after 7 o'clock.
Okay.
We'll call to order. You know when you're good to go recording?
Recording.
Wonderful. So we are recording, which will be posted as soon as staff is able to get on the website. Public comment. Any public comment from anyone today? No public comment. And do we have a quorum? Should we do a roll call, or is Jen going to vote?
If Jen's willing to vote, you have a quorum.
Jen, would you like to vote this evening? Sure. Hey, Jen, thanks for being here. Extra voting member. So speeding through, do everyone get the chance to review the September meeting minutes? Anybody have questions on the minutes? Anyone like to make a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion.
A motion. We have a motion. Would you like to second?
Second.
Second. Any additional questions or comments on the minutes? All those in favor of passing the minutes say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Minutes pass. Financial report, September financial report. Any questions or anything to draw our attention to on this month's financial report?
I didn't have anything, nothing's out of the ordinary or nothing shows up odd.
Anybody have any questions on it this month? No questions? Would someone like to make a motion to approve the financial report?
Put it once.
We have a motion. Would someone like to second the motion?
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, financial report passes. On to committee reports. Spooky Hollow, in light of Sally not being here.
Yeah, Sally asked me to give a quick update. It's this Saturday, 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. The staging and setup instructions went out to all the vendors, participants, coaches, volunteers. Everything went out today. Excited about it. We've got a great lineup of activities. The carnival itself, I think, has 11 games. We've added quite a few more engaging opportunities or activities for kids. The normal people will be there, the library, with story time, the Girl Scouts are there, all the normal people. Mike, thank you. You said you were going to come and help set up. I know.
I am. Yeah, I'm coming back from Delaware. If I'm not there, I'll send my son up in my position.
Okay.
Matthew, so.
So that's much appreciated.
No, not a problem.
We'll start getting the tables. Everything will be delivered, set up, tent, all that stuff will start happening on Friday. So today, tomorrow, and Thursday is a lot of running around. The biggest question was about the haunted pavilion. Today I had a long talk with Public Works, and they accused me of biting off more than I could chew. I think a lot of that boils back to the Student Advisory Committee. We had that discussion at the last meeting. The good news is that a few of them have stepped up. They showed up today. Gavin was there helping. We had some on Sunday. So Gianna, one of our original people who came out, always comes out and helps out, she was there as well. So we're making some progress. I think what I have to on myself is not set my expectations too high.
Yes, just the number of things.
It's gonna be awesome.
But
no,
I have all the faith in the world that it's going to be awesome. It was a nerve-wracking experience to get it to where we're at today. But like I said, it'll be great. Really excited about it. Like I said, the event's 2 to 5. So if anybody can come out, volunteer, whether it's helping set up, whether it's an hour. One of the things we talked about as a committee was I think a lot of people think that, oh, I have to be there the whole 4 hours. I don't want to do that. If you can come for an hour, that's 2 hands that help us for an hour. Any amount of time helps. 1 person, 3 people, 4 people cannot run our 3rd biggest event by ourselves, and everybody needs to help out. So if anybody can, I'm not going to call anybody out, but if anybody can come out and help, please do so. Just email us and let us know, hey, you got me for an hour. So
in Maryland, so I can't help.
I think
Yeah.
the weather's going to be great.
Yeah.
I think the high is 57, the low is 38, so we should get the movie in as well.
Sweating in costumes.
Last year,
Either.
yeah,
It's not supposed to be windy.
Oh, yeah, last year it was pretty, was it windy last year?
last year, one of the big positives was the Sanderson sisters. This year, we're showing the Adams, the Adams Family movie. And we have Morticia and Wednesday showing up, wandering through the crowd. So taking pictures and stuff
I'll be there, Randy, for the event and for cleanup.
for the end of it. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Any questions about the event? And Jeff, thank you for all the stuff you've done in it. Sally, Kareem, Jess Leinbach, everybody's, the committee's put a lot of work into it. So it's going to be a great event. So that's it.
Wonderful. Any other questions for Spooky Hollow? Wonderful. Student advisory. Liz, how's the kids?
So, yeah, so we're having some bumps with them. We kind of tried a new pathway, and it started hopeful and then not really getting what we need to out of them. So I'm not, honestly, I don't know what Randy thinks. I'm not sure what we're going to do with them, because it seems like the only way we get anything out of them is like, we need you to do this at this time, and like very specific, where I don't think that was the idea of Student Advisory Committee. I think that we were hoping that they would generate some ideas and sort of take charge of things. So that's been a little problematic. I think also, if we're going to keep it going, and those of you who have, young people in Wyomissing, we have great kids on Student Advisory, but I think that these are the kids that do everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so I think that we need to get some kids that maybe aren't on every single committee and sport team, who just maybe want to do one or two things and commit a little bit more to it.
Right.
So going forward,
Looking for those kids that aren't necessarily like super engaged at school and aren't over committed.
Is there like a description, like student advisory committee is going to meet at least once a month and they're in charge of creating ideas? and
So
things like
Randy
that?
shared it with the guidance counselors at school.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we had like a description, so they kind of knew what they were
Yeah.
supposed to do, but they're not doing it.
They're just overcommitted. It's the
Right, but like, yeah, but if the guidelines are there and they're not doing it, then yeah, we need to find people.
Yeah.
Ask
Out to like every kid.
I think
Oh, I don't
asking the
know, just
teachers.
knowing that the kids who saw it were like,
Yeah.
oh, I have to
Right,
do
that's
this
what
once
this
a
is,
month,
right.
but obviously that's,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Right, so we even tried to like do like planning, like digital planning, where we didn't all have to be in the same space, but that didn't get us where we hoped it might either. So here we are now, Randy and I are like all in on the haunted house. It's gonna be great, you better all show up. Except for you. So yeah, so more to come on that. I mean, we'll see. Hello.
Any other questions for the Student Advisory Committee? Thank you, guys. For the playground, Kristen got stuck at a work event, but we did have a playground subcommittee meeting. In the meeting, we finalized a description for the subcommittee, just since there seems to be a little bit more that goes into the playground overall. So laying things out more specifically of what's expected for the committee versus the other paid positions that we have. We also put out letters, we solicited letters of interest, and we selected some members for that subcommittee. I know Kristen has reached out to everyone and just had one commitment so far to come back on, to be on the committee going forward. I believe we're looking for 3 to 7 people is what we agreed on for the subcommittee. Is that right, Jen? Additionally, we did make some recommendations for the fee increases on the fee schedule, and I believe we said $10 for daytime playground and $5 for evening playground for fee increases, or was it 10 and 10? So we want to make sure we get the increase for evening playground as well. So it was 10 and 10 we wanted to do.
I thought it was 10 and 5. That's what I did on the fee schedule.
I didn't see any for the evening on the fee schedule that was circulated. It was the same amount, was it? Unless I completely.
Yeah, we had 10 per day and I think 5 for evening.
Yeah.
There was no change on the fee schedule. So here,
85 to 85.
165. Oh, it is. It's supposed to be 90 on the fee schedule. Yeah. I mean, we can get that one.
We'll get it done. So again, that was the other thing. So we had 10 and 10 increases for it going forward on there. And then The other thing with that subcommittee is we are going to look to turn it into a little bit more of a year-round committee. And the solicitation for additional folks, not necessarily on this board, the thought process is to bring some people in who aren't already stressed with all of the other activities we all volunteer for in this room. If it is something you want to look at getting on, I think there may still be room overall, but we'll leave that up to the chair as we press forward with that committee. Any other questions for the playground at this point? Wonderful. Lighting of the greens, that's actually mine. So we have not yet had a committee meeting. We will try to get something tonight since you're here. Just to go forward. Glad you showed up, otherwise we're going to get an email from me.
That's fine.
But we're not going to we had toyed with making some more wholesale changes to the event, and we kind of put a pin in it for this year. So it's going to be more along the lines of what we had before. We want to try to bulk up the holiday market. I think that's got some really good feels to it. And as always, we want to try to, kick off that start of the holiday season with everybody. So we'll have a more robust committee report next month, but by the time that comes out, we're going to be straight on top of it. So if anybody else has any questions, feel free to let me know. Okay, that's it for committee reports. So on to the director's report. What you got, Randy?
Nice to see everybody. Real quick, I'm going to go through the financial part. The facility rentals was $1,500 for the last 30 days of new rentals. Year to date is $94.50. I'm not going to go through the fundraising campaign, but one of the things I do want to point out are some of the specific donations probably in the last 30 days that have happened, whether they were financial or product. The Fall Walk Series, as you know, we collect cash, as always. Cash is king, but we also do the Helping Harvest. But at the first event, we collected $120 through donations. Two specific donations I wanted to call out were from rec board members. Our popcorn machines, those have limited lifespan. It's like any piece of electronic, it's going to die sooner or later. And after talking with Public Works, they felt that it would be more efficient to purchase new ones than try to diagnose what's wrong, fix them, buy parts, fix them, and do that. Sally and Kareem stepped up. Both of them donated and paid for new popcorn machines for the rec department. The last Movies in the Park, Fast Bridge Fiber. Everybody, if you go to any committee meetings or council meetings, you hear about those guys are very active in the community. They donated $100 for the Movies in the Park. They also donated $500 for the Haunted Pavilion. Home Depot donated $100 worth of merchandise for Haunted Pavilion. Target donated $300 in merchandise. The big one was one of our residents. If you guys have ever driven around and looked at Halloween decorations on Squire Court, is probably one of the most notable ones in the community. They're the ones that have all the animatronics. They fill up their whole yard. It's scary as can be. They donated over $1,000 worth of product to us. And it was funny, I went up just to take pictures of their yard and to promote the decorating contest, and thought, why don't I talk to them? I talked to them last year about what they did, and in a conversation, they said, oh yeah, we have some stuff. And I said, okay, the event's this day, I'll bring it back the following week. And they go, oh no, you're not bringing it back, you're keeping it. We don't want it back, you keep it. So they gave us, I think it's 5 different animatronics, a bunch of pumpkins, spiders, all kinds of eerie stuff. So that was a huge one. The other one was cash. Like I said, cash is king. Newcastle Lawn and Landscaping donated $1,000. So just between the two cash donations, we had $1,500 to purchase supplies for the Haunted Pavilion. The 2026 fundraising will kick off probably the first week in November. I have the 7th as my targeted date to start sending out letters. So if anybody knows of anybody that you think we should go after, these are, if you remember, this is the donations. These donations are not event specific. This is looking for financial contributions that offset some of our expenses. Events, the Fall Walk Series, we've done the first two. The next one is coming up in November, the first weekend in November. As you remember, we do the Walk with the Welshman. Rick came out, I think it was the first one. We had somebody from the Park and Shade Tree Committee come out to the second one, and we're averaging about 15 to 20 people for each one of them. And my friend is having a blast. He's great at improvising. His accent is making everybody fall in love with him, and he is having a blast doing it. So we're really happy with how we've kind of evolved it into a guided tour. And remember, the guided tour starts at 10, and the self-guided QR codes stay up until 2 o'clock. The Pumpkin People of Wyomissing, here's a couple of photos. I'm not sure if you guys have gone out to see them. There's 17 different there's 17 different displays up. The voting is going on right now. The top vote getter at this moment is the library with close to 100 likes. And I think ROG is second.
Those little kids helping.
Pool's up there, but I don't think it's in the top.
Oh, where?
Yeah.
I didn't post all the pictures.
Oh, Randy.
Come on.
There's 17 of them. Get out and go look at them. That's what your jobs are. Go look at them. Vote. I'm not sure if you saw it, but WFMZ did a piece on it. They ran it, I think it was either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. It was over the weekend. If you go to FMZ, Google Pumpkin People, it'll show up. So overall, I'm happy with it. My goal was to get 15, and we have 16 or 17. 3 residents, and the rest are local businesses. But the nice thing about the businesses is they're not people that would normally do things with us. Loomis, the cheapest company in the world, and Wyomissing doesn't do anything for us, are gangbusters. You drove by and saw what they did. It looks awesome.
Liberty Mutual mascots, like all the insurance.
Oh, is there an
mascots.
insurance company? Okay.
Yeah, theirs is great.
And Limu and Emu.
And the nice thing about it is all their employees were active in setting it up and had a lot of fun with it. So, and they're promoting it. Them and ROG are probably the ones who are cross-promoting it the best.
I think it's great that some residents did it.
Yeah.
That's fun. That might
Yeah.
too.
The house booing decorating contest doesn't seem to be as popular, at least not yet, that people have either nominated others or registered themselves. I think there's about 12, and typically we have around 20. But we'll be going out judging those.
Maybe people that won last year like aren't registering, because they're like taking like they might still be decorating, but they might not be officially registering.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know one person I noticed is on Parkside South last year.
Oh.
Didn't decorate, but
They don't do this. Some years they do Christmas and then other.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's down the block
on the
for.
corner.
Yeah.
And theirs is pretty eerie.
But all that stuff.
Is that the one right by?
Yeah.
It's just the same.
Yeah.
Fall Walk Series, the next one is November 9th. One thing I talked about at the last meeting was doing the online pumpkin carving contest. I'm dropping it. I just don't have time to do it. Unfortunately, we'll save it for next year. Facilities, nothing's really changed from the last month. The high school or the middle school is still using the practice fields, the girls rugby, women's rugby is using that. An update on Berkshire Heights Playground. There were some issues with some elevation, some grading, so that project is taking a little bit longer. They're trying to determine whether they're going to lower a wall or raise the equipment.
They're raising the equipment.
They're raising the equipment. So that's taken a little longer than they thought. The Reading Hospital Kickball League, if you guys, Rick, you live there, they are packing that place. The parking lot and those people, they are loving life playing kickball. Good news is their organizer told me that no one's hurt themselves. No old groins, ACLs, nothing. They want to come back next year and host their softball league with us. The nice thing about that is the baseball league finishes in spring. They don't really have a summer or a fall program, so the fields are wide open. So I think we're going to work out a deal with them again. And then kickball will come back as well. Another nice event is, I'm not sure if anybody's been out to see it, But with I Am Able Foundation with the wheelchair rugby, they sent me some pictures. Unfortunately, the two times they've done it, I've had things going on, so I haven't been able to go. But they're super excited. They're worried their third date, the 11/8 date, might be too cold, so they're looking for an indoor facility to use for that one, so that one might get dropped. Homecoming parade, if you guys didn't go, it was a blast. There were so many people. I would guess there were probably close to 500 people at the event. And talking to the organizers, both Coach Ferrandino and Kelly Eisenhower, the booster from the football team, both of them said that there were overwhelmingly more people, more adults were there. Kids are going to go to those kind of events, and they pack the place. They've asked me if they can come back next year and do the same thing, so we're going to work out the details on that. The vending policy at the last meeting, I told you that I got the revisions back from our solicitor. I haven't done it yet. It's still on my things to do is update that, but it's in the fee schedule. That cost is in there. The 2026 rec guide is in the works. I had to do stuff the old-fashioned way. I don't do it the other way, but that's in the works to get it out the first of the year. Any questions on the director's report?
No questions. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Randy. Straight along, old business, updates on the naming request.
After our last meeting, if you remember, we talked about a couple of options to go back to Jason and the club about. I met with him, and neither one of them were attractive enough for him, so he's dropping it completely. So it's a dead project as of now.
And then on to the fee schedule. I know we got circulated a copy. The only change we called out before, the evening playground adjustment we have on there is at $85. The committee recommended bumping that by $10 to $95. Other than
$5.
$5, my apologies, up to $90. Thank you for the correction. So we'll have that adjusted on there. Did anyone else have any issues or discussions around it?
I have a question about like the field usage that's on here. So I understand we rented the Quarry, fields to the junior high soccer team, right? And then the Berkshire Heights, as you mentioned, to the kickball and now potentially softball. So the $300 was like a flat fee for all of the whole entirety of the season. So I'm just wondering if like on the fee schedule, so like looking at rentals through like school districts and things, they have like an hourly rate for the field. So I'm just wondering if like moving forward, if we wanted to, like the flat 300, like seems like it might not be enough depending on how much they're using the field, like, so looking at like the hours that the field's being used, is like, in my experience, what other facilities do, instead of charging like a flat fee. So it's great we got the 600 this year, but just I think like moving forward, maybe we should discuss if we want to have an hourly rate for like the Quarry soccer field and the Berkshire Heights facility.
Well, because one of them was $300 and the other one was $100
A home
for
game.
home games, like
Very-
nothing.
very-
That was a donation because it was the school. The high school donated $100 to the soccer.
Because their field's under construction.
Yeah.
I think this is an area where we could get revenue. So like from a personal standpoint, I'm looking at renting a grass field in the Governor Mifflin School District, right? And there's like an hourly rate and you fill out the request form and I don't like the flat fee for the entire season, like was good for this year because it got people in the door and like established relationships. But I think like it should be, I would advocate for it being more spelled out, like what is the hourly rate that we would charge for these facilities? Because there are organizations I think that might look to book and then we could get revenue that we could then, utilize in our programming.
How long do they have at the pavilion when they rent the pavilion for $250? Or the
All day.
stay all day? Then maybe it's $250 a day for the field or something along those lines. I don't know. I mean, that's a little bit more because it gives them, well, there's bathrooms at the fields too.
What does it come out to hourly at a $300 rate? Did you do the math for that?
I mean, I did the math last meeting and it was very low. I remember saying it was very low, because like, for example, like if you rent, like, I mean, a turf field's like $150 an hour, right? Like a grass field, I don't know anything else besides Governor Mifflin, like in terms of grass. I reached out to Wyomissing School District and they actually didn't answer my question about the hourly rate for grass fields. Yeah, right, I like got this, I'm like, I'm asking you what your rate is. She's like, there's no field availability. I'm like, you're not even telling
Yeah,
me.
I don't think Wyomissing rents their fields.
Like, yeah, I don't know. So, but like Governor Mifflin does, it's like $80 an hour for a grass field, you know? So like, it just, I think it's something, like, I'm not saying we need to charge that high of a rate, but like, especially on the quarry fields where it's like, you know, you have to keep nice grass, you know, for soccer. I don't know. They have it irrigated and everything.
We don't.
Yeah, we know.
The soccer association keeps
That's in
it.
their lease.
Yeah, they do
Yeah.
that.
So they do that. I don't know. I think it's untapped revenue is what I'm saying. Like,
I
you
did,
could
I looked at it
literally-
I looked at it two ways.
Yeah.
To tell you how I came up with this, is that we rent our pavilions by flat rates, and they're for all days. Second was workload, that I honestly don't have time to be a field maintenance or a field rental manager. And it was easier for me than trying to calculate how many hours there are gonna be and then police it. So in other words, if the kickball team said they're gonna use it for 2 hours on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I don't have time to go out there and make sure, and kick them off if they're over 2 hours.
I don't think
Well, I don't think
Yeah.
that's expectation. Like, no one's, like, for Governor Mifflin, when I rent the field, like, no one's gonna be checking on me. It's like an ethical thing. You rented the field from this time to this time and you know, like,
Yeah,
if you're,
I mean, that's why I came up with it that way.
yeah, are they turning a profit? Like, is Tower, like, it's Tower Health, correct? That's doing the league? Is that for their employees?
Yeah, Reading
Kickball
Hospital.
and Reading okay. So are they profiting from that league? Or is it just, are they offering it as like a service to their employees?
Oh, I don't know.
I would assume it's like a, probably team bonding.
Bonding or something?
Yeah, that would be,
Because that's what they have as departments, emergency room, IT.
that's fine.
Department win.
That's fine, it's fun to do that.
What
Yard dogs are.
is the lease fee
Spry.
for the baseball field and the soccer field?
That's a great question.
Zeros.
Yeah, I mean, those,
So they lease them and don't pay anything to lease them?
Yeah.
And we pay for all their improvements on them?
we don't.
We don't,
We have a bunch of improvements coming up, they turn around and reimburse us for the improvements?
improvements, yes.
But what do you define as improvements? Cause like actual grass maintenance.
No, like the fence needs to be replaced, like I saw fence replacement over at the baseball field. Concession stand needs repair work and some of the budget paperwork yesterday, that I looked at the other day. So there's thousands of dollars of work that needs to be done at the baseball field. Do they reimburse us for that or no? We
No.
just, no.
I know the soccer association raises money, so like they wanted to get the irrigation system up and working, so they
Are we
opened.
paying for the irrigation system?
No, I'm saying they wanted to get
I
that
saw
up and
that was
working,
on
so
there, yeah.
therefore they opened the snack bar the whole season and were raising money through the snack bar. So they were definitely, soccer was definitely fundraising for the
I
irrigation.
mean, Jen, current leases we're locked into, we can't do anything about, I forget if they're. talking about
yeah,
But, I mean, certainly something for consideration the next time it goes up for renewal.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of money that needs to go into, that's being requested to go into the Berkshire Heights baseball fields and fencing and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Like maybe having like a rate where you say, like, if you want it for the whole day, it's this much, but if you want to rent it for 2 hours, you know, 2 hours, $300 is like a lot of money for a field, you know?
I haven't had anybody contact me to use the quarry fields or the baseball fields for an afternoon.
Are
No
we
one's ever reached out.
okay though, knowing the first budget meeting's tomorrow morning? Are
So
we?
maybe this is something to
a
explore
starting
for the
point.
future.
Yeah, I mean, that was gonna be my request. Can we just start, we've never charged a fee before, so we're putting a fee in for the first time. Let's see how much money we actually make off that.
It
So if they
doesn't
wanna-
say what it's for though. Like, it
If they
doesn't
wanna
say
just have one
$300.
game there, one day, $300?
Like, that's what I mean. I mean,
If
that's
somebody contacted me,
it's a ton of money. Like, I would be interested in renting the Quarry soccer field, potentially. Like, but I'm, like, I guess it's $300 for the entire series of whatever you're
So,
offering, it's
I mean,
fine.
it sounds to me
It's
like,
not $300
it sounds to me like what I'm hearing at this point is that the rec board feels like there should be more things laid out around those fees that we don't have at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not
So-
sure about,
I would say at this point, we would peel them off and not look to start renting them next year, because it sounds to me like there's too many questions to
well,
answer.
we're already renting them,
We
right?
don't have enough time based off of when the budget has to be advertised in the next rec board meeting. We don't have time to wait until the November discussion.
So that's what so my recommendation would be to approve the fee schedule with the amendments to remove the field usage and to adjust the evening playground fee up by $5.
But then is that gonna mess with Randy's plans with like, he already has plans to bring kickball and,
kickball ends the first week in November. The rugby ends Thanksgiving, and those are the last two. But the
next year.
hospital is gonna come back and want
That's what I
the
mean.
baseball field
So, like-
next year.
We didn't have the fee schedules on this year, and Randy was able to negotiate.
Oh, gotcha. You're just saying him
at this
doing it
point in time. So I'm
informally.
saying to have it laid out
Yeah.
on the fee
We're not ready
schedule as
for
a
it.
collected fee,
I agree with that.
I don't think the place.
Take it off the
So,
fee
yeah,
schedule.
so my
Just not to formalize
recommendation would be to amend the fee schedule to remove the field usage and to adjust the evening playground up by $5.
But
And-
we'll still let them do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Gotcha.
Correct.
It's not gonna, it's gonna be an informal, yeah,
Voluntarily.
yeah. As opposed to, and then when we think about it and have time to discuss it more, makes sense.
I mean, I'd like to just speak to the pool membership and say that guest pass booklets should go up and daily fees should go up. I think you're getting, for a single person to go to the pool, they have to go like 18 times before they get their money's worth in comparison to our daily resident fee. Versus if we charge $13 and $15 or $15 and $17, it will guide people closer to going, all right, let me just get a membership because it's going to be more cost effective. I mean, the pool is costing the borough like $50,000 a year. But taxpayers, above and beyond what we bring in. So to raise the prices a little bit just feels like it's going to narrow that gap, even somewhat. By raising playground prices by $15, we're narrowing the gap by like $5,000. So I feel like we can narrow that gap if,
How does our daily fee relate to, like, how does it compare to like West Reading's and Green Valley?
Ours are higher.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like ours
Mhm.
are kind of on the high side.
people are using the daily fee.
As when we had our meeting,
I mean, we had
I
almost.
think what you have to look at is risk versus reward, and I brought it up at the playground meeting. The potential is, if you do the math, strictly look at the numbers, the reward is you can make another $5,000 in revenue. The risk is people get pissed off and say, I'm not gonna go anymore, and you potentially lose it.
Sure,
Our
anyone would
prices-
stop going over $15.
Well,
Which is
I
like
would.
over $2 a week.
Twice a year, my friend Carrie comes up with her two kids. So twice a summer, Carrie and her two kids come up, and every year it's like, well, whose pool is cheaper to meet at? And our pool is, so we come to ours. So, that's all. That's just my own personal anecdote.
Good point.
But
Oh, the other thing is resident non-pool members under Moonlight Swim is $600.
It's still there.
Yeah, because we don't want them.
Yeah, we definitely don't, $600, okay. That's just my opinion. The taxpayers are paying $50,000 to supplement pool memberships. And it's a lot.
it is.
I mean, at the moment, my opinion, Jen, I hear what you're saying, and those are all valid points. I would stick at the moment with what the pool committee recommends for their fee schedule as far as my motion goes. But again, I'd be happy to, amend if the rest of the board feels like we should increase those rates. So I'd like to, let the pool committee, sort of drive that conversation, but also take into consideration if this board as a whole feels like we need to bump those up, now would be the time to add that in, to send it over to review.
I do have a question about the pavilion, like the pool rental with the pavilion. I think this came up before. Just what does that include? Was a question. Like I know the pool committee at one point was working on that. Like when you rent the pavilion in the pool, is that coming with 10 passes into the pool, like admission wise?
No.
Or is it
Pool
like,
members,
because I know we talked about like defining that. So I was just curious I don't remember that
pool rental,
coming back full
if
circle.
you rent a pool and you're a pool member, your guests get to come in like they normally would go to the pool. If your guests are not pool members, you have to pay the day rate.
So really all you're getting is the pavilion.
Yeah.
So you're literally getting what you pay for.
Yeah. And we've had people who said, change their mind when they find out that they have to pay for non-pool member guests and say it's not worth it.
Yeah, I
We
was
also-
wondering if you.
We rent it quite a bit. So, and they pay
Do
it.
you rent
Yeah.
a pavilion for $300?
Yep.
Surprising.
Can we add to the next pool committee agenda to explore marketing, to try to think of ways to increase the membership?
Yeah, I think it'd be a great thing
The
to
other
do.
way.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because I don't think we really do any.
I mean, I think that's one of the ways we can explore trying to close that gap, is if we can drive more membership to the pool overall. So again, it's not always just about raising the fees, but also just driving those total numbers. So I think, if we can come up with maybe member drives, or, maybe we start having, at other rec events. One of the things I said I wanted to start doing is being at the rec events, soliciting volunteers. In that same vein, if I'm going to do that or someone else, we could also talk to people about pool memberships at that point in time. So just have like a general rec table
Yeah.
at all of our events that we're already doing. So we'll include soliciting for volunteers, looking for vendors for our events, parade participants, pool memberships. Maybe we run, a special at certain events. Hey, if you sign up today.
Yeah.
I think that's a
here's
good
a
idea.
coupon code,
People
there's-
love like the deal kind of.
Right, right.
So again, I think there's absolutely some room for us to continue to improve around that.
Yeah, for sure.
You could raise the prices, but lock in 2025's pricing until March. And that would get you early revenue.
Well, let's, probably something to think of for the next year.
That's a, yeah.
Do we need
That's a good
clarifications to run sales on things that are on the fee schedule?
To run sales.
If we run sales, like if we want to have a membership drive and offer people discounts to a pool membership at a rec event.
Like we say, you can get the 2025 rate through March 2026 for the
That's gotta be in the fee schedule, because
Right.
otherwise staff has no authority to charge that.
Understood, so.
You
something
just have to
explore.
specify it in the fee schedule.
I mean, we would almost need
That's a good-
advance
it's a good
notice,
idea.
like, to me, that's something the pool committee could discuss maybe even as early as the winter, that if we're gonna do something like that for 26 into 27, you capture in August, before the pool closes, you capture pool members, hey, early bird special, you sign up now for your 27 membership and we'll give you X percentage off, and there's no guarantee come budget discussions what the rates can go up to.
So again, I think we have some stuff for you guys to take back, but as far as our immediate discussion, other than Jen at the moment, does anyone else have appetite for increasing the pool fees going into next year as a recommendation? So overall, I would amend my motion for the fee schedule to remove the field usage, increase the evening playground by $5, and also adjust the non-pool membership moonlight swim to $6 from $600.
Oh,
So my motion would be to make those 3 adjustments to the fee schedule. Would anyone like to second that motion?
I second that.
Does anyone have any further discussion around what our recommendation is going to be to council at this point? No further discussion. Everyone in favor, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed?
Well, Pamela's here, so I don't have to vote.
I mean, does she still get to keep voting since Pam showed up?
I don't need to vote. So
Technically, no, the actual number
Just
vote.
makes-
you guys are good.
I'm confused. It's okay. I can't see.
So that passes. So with those adjustments, that will be our recommendation going forward. And then on to new business, rec board terms, everybody's fun time of year. So it looks like we have a few people coming up for reappointment. So we have Mike and Jessica and Jess. Have we had the chance to verify? Obviously, Jess isn't here. Has she indicated if she'd like to stay on as a board member? And for those in the room, do you both want to continue to stay on as a board member? I know, Mike, you said something before. Jessica, you want to stay on as a board member? Okay. Would anyone like to make the motion to approve reappointing Mike Shear, Jessica Chrisman, and Jess Limbach, effective January 1, 2026, as rec board voting members for a 5-year term to expire December 31st, 2030? You can just say, so moved. If you
So
wanna-
moved.
So we have the motion. Would anyone like to second the motion? I'll second the motion. All those in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Wonderful. Keeping you guys around for a few more years. And then also another motion here. This is to appoint rec board alternate Liz Tuigo to the vacant voting position on the board effective November 11th, 2025, with a term to expire December 31st, 2027. Would someone like to make that motion? We have a motion. We have a second? Motion and second. Any further discussion? Sure you want to do this?
As I'm sitting here covered in paint.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Welcome to the rec board officially to vote.
Great that I can make your motions for.
Absolutely.
Staring at you.
That brings us to the end of the agenda. So we will adjourn. Thank you.
Liz was at the eye doctor, so I didn't get to hear about student advisory.